The Ein Yaakov retracted Nedarim. The title is Rabbi Tarfon brush with death, meaning like a motorcycle accident, brush with death.
That could be even worse.
Yeah. Let's see. Rabbi Tarfon went into a field after the harvest. After the harvest season, he went into the field. It was over after the harvest season was over, and ate some fruit, thinking that the fruit was unwanted by the owner and free to all. So he went to a field, he saw some fruits, and started eating them because it was after the harvest season. So he figured no one cares about it. It's an ownerless fruit. So the owner, who saw Rabbi Tarfon eating the fruit, didn't know it was Rabbi Tarfon. He grabbed him and put him in a sack and carried him off to throw him into the river. Woe is to Tarfon. He wailed, woe is to Tarfon, who is about to be killed by this man. When the owner heard that it was Rabbi Tarfon who was in the sack, he let him go and ran away. He didn't reveal himself. He threw him
on the floor and left.
He didn't say Rabbi Tarfon. He said, woe to Tarfon. Whoa. That's why Rabbi Tarfon was inside the bag. So he was saying, woe to Tarfon. So when the guy realized that he's carrying Tarfon on his back, Rabbi Tarfon on his back, he let go and he ran. He fled the scene. Rabbi Abahu said in the name of Rabbi Chanina ben Gamliel, all his life, that tzaddik, Rabbi Tarfon, was distressed about this episode, saying, woe is me that I made use of the crown of the Torah. This is what he was concerned about. That he got out of the situation. He got out of the situation because he used his Torah learning. Meaning he said, woe to Tarfon. The guy realized it's Rabbi Tarfon, so he left him. But if it was Johnny, the guy would continue carrying him and throw him into the lake.
Torah badge.
Yeah.
I tried to do that today. Nobody really.
And by revealing that he was a Torah scholar, he used the crown of the Torah. For Rabba ben Bar Chana said in Rabbi Yochanan's name, whoever uses the crown of Torah for his own benefit will be uprooted from the world. This follows from a logical deduction. At the great feast of King Belshazzar of Babylonia, he ordered that the holy vessels that had been removed from the Beit HaMikdash be brought in to be used by the guest. Like the story with Achashverosh. Later that night, the handwriting on the wall, and he writes in parentheses the handwriting on the wall, appeared, and that very night Belshazzar was slain. Now Belshazzar used the holy vessels that had lost their sanctity. For it says, robbers will come in, that's the prophecy of Ezekiel, it says, robbers will come into it, referring to the temple. Robbers will go into the temple, to Beit HaMikdash, and profane it, and take away its sanctity. This teaches us that the moment the robbers took the vessels, they lost their sanctity. So the question is, why was Belshazzar punished for using the vessels if they lost their sanctity? Even so, Belshazzar was uprooted from the world, for it says that very night Belshazzar was slain. Daniel 5:30, it says Belshazzar was shechted. How much more so a person who uses the crown of the Torah, which lasts forever? It never loses its sanctity. So the Gemara asks, since Rabbi Tarfon ate the fruit after the harvest season has ended, why did the owner attack him?
Well, it's very simple. Even so, after harvest, this land is belong to somebody. You cannot just go to any land and collect there, because how do you know it's left over?
Right.
You have to ask permission for whatever you do. So why would he, so smart, so learner, will go to after harvesting Whatever is on the floor, you still have to ask permission.
It's
So-
the
so
corner of
let's
the
see.
field. You're allowed to do it. You go to the corner
No,
of
you
the field.
don't. No,
So
you
let's
don't.
see.
Yeah, you're supposed to leave the
Let's
corner
see.
of the
Let's see.
No,
What's
no,
the
no.
answer of the Gemara? The Gemara says the owner was so upset. No, but if you think about it for a second, usually a field it's not your backyard tomatoes. You have miles and miles of let's say fruits, and you harvested 20 tons of
And
tomatoes.
there's some left on the floor.
You
here
care
and
that
there.
somebody walked in and took. It's really a question. Why was he bothered? So the Gemara says because someone had been stealing his grapes the whole year. Somebody was bothering this guy. It didn't start now. He didn't know who
So
it
he
was.
just was in the wrong place, the wrong time, and he got caught for it.
Exactly.
That's what happened.
That was the straw that broke the back of the camel. But that was the last thing. So it
So
says
he-
because someone had been stealing his grapes the whole year, and when he found Rabbi Tarfon in his
He
field,
thought it was him.
he thought that he was the thief. If that is the case, why was Rabbi Tarfon distressed about revealing his identity? Why didn't he offer to pay for the food he ate? He could have told the guy, listen, he didn't have to say I'm Rabbi Tarfon. He could have said to the guy, I ate some food, here is the money for the food, and leave me alone. Instead of telling him his name, but then again, since the owner suspected him for stealing grapes throughout the year, he would have to pay a vast sum to appease him. It's not going to be enough.
Exactly.
So the Gemara answers, since Rabbi Tarfon was very wealthy, you should have paid him that sum to pacify him. Should have given him the money and not reveal his name, not reveal his identity. Tell him, okay, I stole from you the whole year, even though he didn't do it, and
If he has
pacify
money,
him.
why did he go there in the first place?
Yeah, let's say he was walking in the field. He was walking and he saw some grapes on the floor. He picked it up and he ate it. Big deal.
But you have so much.